जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम।
I say sir directly? I speak directly? Okay. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nirmal Rao, ever energetic and young Mr. Satya Sharan, colleagues, friends, security members, housekeeping staff, students, and friends. "78 years ago, at the stroke of midnight, India awoke to life and freedom. The chains of colonialism were broken. The tricolor rose to in the night sky. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru spoke of our tryst with destiny, and the entire world were watching the emerging nations know first steps. That midnight hour was not merely a political event. It was a deep, almost spiritual moment when people long shackled by colonial rule claimed the right to govern themselves. But freedom, my friends, is not a midnight event. It is a daily act. It's a lifetime of choices, and it's never ever guaranteed. During colonial rule, freedom meant liberation from foreign power. For Balagangadhar Tilak, freedom was the uncompromising battle cry. Swaraj was my birthright and I shall have it. For Mahatma Gandhi, freedom was inseparable from moral responsibility, from truth and non-violence. For Baba Sahib Ambedkar, freedom from the British rule was not enough. For him, freedom required the destruction of caste tyranny and the upliftment of the oppressed. These were not identical visions, but they shared a single conviction. Without political independence, no other freedom was possible. In a way, our freedom struggle was not just a fight against imperialism, but a fight to redefine dignity, equality, and justice for all. When the framers of our Constitution, they gave freedom to a new home, I mean, not in terms of like slogans, but in terms of law, right? Freedom of speech, freedom of conscience, freedom of movement, not as gifts of, gifts from the state, but as rights intrinsic to every citizen. The framers of our Constitution paired liberty with equality, knowing that freedom without equality is a privilege, of course, but that privilege is the enemy of free society. From that perspective, the true independence meant freeing ourselves from hunger, from ignorance, and from social injustices. Today, freedom has many faces, many avatars. For a farmer, it is the freedom from death. For a student, the freedom to dream without fearing uncertainty, unemployment. Right? For a woman, the freedom to walk without fear, speak without fear, to live without fear. For a minority, the freedom to worship without being watched. For a journalist, or some of us like academics, the freedom to write with truth without being silenced. But here is the hard truth. Many of these freedoms remain out of reach. And what is worse, some are being taken back. Freedom is not always lost with the crash of doors or the roar of tanks. Sometimes it disappears quietly. When dissent branded as disloyalty, freedom shrinks. When security laws become tools to stifle critics, freedom shrinks. When surveillance becomes normal and privacy becomes luxury, freedom shrinks. The erosion is slow, it is certain. It comes wrapped with a language of protection and greater good. And by the time we notice, the space for liberty has already narrowed down. Why this matters? Freedom is not just the absence of chains, it is the freedom of presence of dignity, the power to choose, the courage to speak, the security to live without fear. And it is fragile, not because it is weak, but because it requires vigilance, constant care. Our task is not just to defend the freedom what we have, but to expand them to those who have never experienced them. Now, Independence Day is not just about remembering, celebrating what the Indian nationalist leadership has done, but it is about deciding what we will not lose. It is about refusing to sleepwalk into the slow surrendering of liberty. Again, 78 years ago, India awoke to life and liberty. Today, let's pledge. Please repeat after me. We will stay awake. We will speak. We will protect the freedom of all. Jai Hind, Jai Bhim, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As we all gather here to celebrate this auspicious 79th Independence Day, it's truly an honor, and I'm grateful to be here with you all and share the same stage and share some thoughts. This day is not just a date in the calendar. It's a reminder of countless sacrifices of men and women so that we can stand and breathe on this ground. Freedom is not a gift, it's a responsibility. And as we hold this responsibility, we trust our successor to do the same for this country. Our responsibility to build India of our dreams. We may face troubles, we may face hate, we may face indifference, but above all, we thrive. We thrive because we know it is worth living and dying for. When Rakesh Sharma said, "Sare jahan se acha Hindustan hamara," he knew what he saw. He saw the sone ki chidiya among all the silvers. He saw the diamond among all the gold. And as we are in this land, we should treasure it. Along with this, I want to recite one extract from one of the many poems of one of the greatest poet and a former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. मैं जी भर के देख चुका, मैं जी भर के देख चुका, मैं मन भर के जी चुका, अब ये जीवन मैं तुम्हारे नाम करता हूँ. He also said that भारत एक भूखंड नहीं, अपने आप में एक राष्ट्र पुरुष है. India is not a piece of land, but a nation, a national person in itself. These lines give us a ray of hope towards a new era and a new beginnings. We must take an oath towards making our country free of corruption, indifference, illiteracy. Then only we are truly free. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
First of all, a very good morning to everybody who made effort to wake up early this morning to attend this ordinary Independence Day celebrations. My name is Venkat Pratik Tigala and I'm an MBA second year student, and I assume this is my last Independence Day as a student. This might be. Whenever I think about Independence Day, it reminds me of sweets, chocolates, and one day Independence Day holiday which I used to get during my school days. But as I grew up, I understood the true reason for independence. The true reason for Independence Day is not just to celebrate the past. The true reason for celebrating Independence Day is to celebrate the selfless heroes, known and unknown, who have in some way contributed to our country's journey and our own stories of life, and remember them. Do you remember the first teacher who taught you how to read and write? Maybe yes, maybe no. Do you know the name of the farmer who cultivates the food grains which we eat every day on our plate? Do you know the name of the soldier who protects us every night when we sleep peacefully? My dear friends, I can keep on adding to the list of the heroes whom we have to remember this day. A country is as good as the people who live in it. And I want to quote my favorite poet in my Telugu, Urjadapparu. Desamante matti kaadu, desamante manushudu. Which means a country is not just soil, it's the people who live in it. So we need to serve the people who live in it, not just the country. So it's time to be part of the positive part of someone's life story. A wise man once said, a great country cannot be made with a few people being great, but an average citizen being good. And with that thought, I take your leave. Jai Hind.
I for independent, N for national, D for democratic, I for innovation, and A for aspiration. These alphabets together when combined makes India a country unlike any other due to its immense diversity in culture, languages, geography, as well as its rich history and unique traditions. With this, I, Sneha Shah, present before you all to share my views on Independence Day. Today, we don't just commemorate a day, we celebrate the spirit of freedom and honor the sacrifices made to secure that freedom. It marks the culmination of years of struggle, sacrifice, resilience, and unwavering belief in the principles of liberty and justice. As we unfold the tricolor today, we must pause and reflect about India's development journey from a socialist inspired economy to a more global and globally inspired economy, liberalized and globally integrated one. With a population of more than 1.4 billion, India became the world's fourth largest economy in 2025, marked by significant economic growth, rising living standards, and growing global influence. From rapidly emerging as a major iPhone manufacturing hub to a UPI playing a crucial role in advancing financial inclusion in India and in many countries like Singapore, France, UAE, etc. India is significantly enhancing its advanced ammunition production capabilities to fight against cross-border terrorism and reduce its dependence on imports for defense requirement. As we celebrate today, let's envision an India that is not only technologically advanced or economically prosperous, but a country which stands firm against an unregulated tariff to protect our citizens' interests. Let us carry forth the spirit of unity and determination to continue elevate our great nation. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you all.